Hey guys, it's Just Cards with Sarah. Today I want to share my design team project for Crafty Ann. I had made this card using some of the gorgeous paper by Philippa. It's a premium one. It's called Sunrise Sunset, and it had a lot of oranges in it and it had a lot of reds. When I started this card, I had received in my design team kit this snowflake die from Crafty Ann, and I wanted to use it. So it was intentionally supposed to be a Christmassy card, but using Philippa as inspiration. So not copying her work or using her techniques, but just using her as a, look at her projects and kind of get a feel for some ideas and techniques. So the dies I've used is that Snowflake 2. I've used this flower set die, this one, and I've used the biggest flower. With the snowflake, I actually cut it in half, but I'll explain that as I go through. I used the ornament 1. All of these are coloured. And I also used one of my favourite flourishes, and it's called, I think it's Flourish 3. Yep, Flourish 3, this one right here. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've, you know me, I use my twinkling H2Os. I have got a lot of stencils recently, and I've got twinkling H2Os here that I didn't realise I actually had as many as I had. So I've just done some shuffling recently, and yeah, I'm trying to put things out so that I can see them. So with this card, I wanted to use them. So I've used that for the red. I used some Inca Gold, and I also used my gold texture paste I use a lot that I made using the translucent and the pigments by Lumina. I've used some mesh tape from the hardware store. I've used some punchinella tape that was sent to me from Kim Reed. Thank you, Kim. I've also done some masking using one of the stencils. Sorry, I should put it out beforehand. It's one of my favourites, and it is by Kaiser. It's by the Crafters Workshop. It's really nice. I actually liked it. Sorry, guys. It was this one right here. So I used these parts here. So, and it's a Rebecca Meyer one. It's called Mini Harlequin Circles. Okay. I also started layering in the middle, my cluster. I used that, I don't know what it's called, but it's like stringy texture stuff like you would put in an Easter basket or something like that. And I got it at my $2 store. I've layered one of the ornament 2 doily here. Then I've started layering the circle, nesting circle 2 at the back. All of these I've sprayed using Lindy's and gone over with Inca. I then layered the nesting circles 1 here, and this gold mesh type paper I had in a circle. I've layered the snowflake, and I cut it in half, so I've got it top and bottom. I've got this gold scallop metal piece and 2 layered paper flowers. I've got a metal snowflake that I had in my stash, and I've layered that flower set in the middle, and I went over that with Inca, and then one of my metal roses from Craft Supply. Down here I've clustered my flowers, and I've added a cog on each side for that metal and that texture. I've got leaves. I've got these bling, I don't know what they're called, bling spray, like beaded sprays, and I've gone over the alcohol ink in caramel just to give it a bit of a, I don't know if you can see when I hold it, it's got like an orangey tinge of it. I've got my stems, I've got my cogs, top and bottom, I've got my leaves, and I've got my flowers, and I've gone over them all with Inca. And I love this card and how it turned out. It didn't really turn out Christmassy, but I am so happy with it, and I hope you guys like it too. Be sure to go check out the oh, and I forgot, I stamped it with the Punchinella stamp by Finnabar, and it was in the Mechanicals range, and it's like Punchinella. It's exactly the same as the mesh I've used, but it's a stamp. And be sure to go check out Crafty Ann and check out my Facebook page and subscribe and like and let me know what you think. I always like to hear what you have to say, and I will talk to you all later.